Nature doesn't make mistakes, but it does make gambles. Everything you've been told about the Megalodon is a comfortable fabrication. The 2025 scientific frontier has officially dismantled the legend. This wasn't just a larger great white. It was a biological anomaly that pushed the very physics of vertebrate life to a breaking point. For 19 million years, this titan held the global oceans in a caloric chokehold. It dwarfed the T-Rex. It possessed a bite force so catastrophic, it didn't just bite, it triggered the structural collapse of its prey. And then, it evaporated. It left behind nothing but artifacts the size of a human face and a mystery vast enough to drown in. The question isn't just, where did it go? It's, what was it really? The thought of Megalodon lurking in the unmapped abyss is terrifying, but the truth is worse. Our scientific models were fundamentally broken. We didn't just miscalculate its size, we miscalculated its soul. I'm Jevat, and this is When Nature Breaks. The obsession began in 1666. Two fishermen off the coast of Italy hauled in a specimen that would shatter the medieval mind. The locals were paralyzed by the sight of it. The Duke of Tuscany demanded an investigation. He called in Niels Steensen, better known as Steno. Steno was a detective of deep time. He realized these weren't tongue stones dropped by dragons. They were the petrified teeth of a vanished heartbeat. This was the birth of paleontology. Steno realized the Earth has a memory. Sharks leave no bones. They are ghosts made of cartilage. Megalodon was a factory of biological weaponry. 276 teeth, 18 centimeters of serrated edge. But here is the nightmare. As one blade fell out, the next surged forward. A single Megalodon cycled through 40,000 teeth in its lifetime. For 19 million years, the seafloor was effectively carpeted in these killing tools. We named it Megalodon, literally big tooth. In 1835, Louis Agassiz made a logical error. He assumed Megalodon was a relative of the great white. By 1996, the world accepted the tank shark, a barrel-chested killer on steroids. The math was wrong. In 2025, a task force of 28 scientists led by Dr. Kenshu Shimada remeasured the world. They found a vertebrae in Belgium, 11 meters long. And that was just the trunk. The head and tail were missing. The new math is chilling. Some individuals reached an impossible 24.3 meters, 80 feet of apex hunger, 94 tons of concentrated muscle. Physics is a cold master. A tank shark at 24 meters would be too slow to survive. Megalodon was not a stout great white. It was a streamlined, elongated ghost. It looked less like a great white and more like a high-performance lemon shark. It was built for endurance, for traversing entire oceans in a single hunt. The horror began before the light. Megalodon pups were born at 4 meters long, already larger than a modern adult shark. How? In utero cannibalism. The strongest embryos consumed their siblings in the dark of the womb. Before it ever tasted the ocean, it had already tasted blood. Survival of the fittest was its birthright. But dominance is a trap. How does the king of the world simply vanish? The Miocene was a feast. The Pliocene was a famine. The Ice Age didn't freeze the Megalodon, it starved it. Its primary fuel, the whales, migrated to the poles. The Megalodon, tethered to its massive energy demands, was trapped in a caloric vacuum. Nature is a cold accountant. The debt of 94 tons of muscle was finally called in. Its executioner wasn't a meteor. It was a smaller, faster, more efficient model. The Great White. Size, once Megalodon's greatest weapon, became its death sentence. The Great White survived on the scraps of a dying world. Goliath simply couldn't afford the cost of being king. We don't need to explore 100% of the ocean to know it isn't there. The blue whale only exists because the Megalodon is gone. The size of whales exploded only after their executioner was deleted from the files. The Mariana Trench is a desert. There isn't enough energy in that darkness to sustain a goldfish, let alone a 94-ton god. Nature doesn't care about your power. It cares about your balance. If you break the rules of energy, you are removed. Until the world warms again and the rules of scale are rewritten, the giant remains a ghost.